Welcome to the 30th anniversary of Jazz at LACMA. Tonight, we're pleased to be back at the museum to present trumpeter Brian Swartz.
Old friends, old friends, old friends, old friends, old friends. They are the best friends. Even new friends could be true. Old friends, good as gold friends, pick you up when you are blue. My friends, do or die friends, eye to eye friends, see me through. Down trends turn into uptrends when your friends get behind you. Because your old friends are your best friends. They got your back when the world's beating you. 'Cause old friends, they are the best friends. You don't have to be old to have old friends with you. Old friends, old friends, old friends, old friends. best friends, confidants when the world is askew. 'Cause old friends, they are the best friends. You don't have to be old to have old friends with you. Because your old friends are your best friends. They got your back when the world's beating you. 'Cause old friends, they are the best friends. You don't have to be old to have old friends with you. Old friends, old friends, whoa, friends, old friends, old friends.
Thanks for being part of our virtual Jazz at LACMA concert series as we celebrate 30 years of this wonderful weekly free concert series here at the museum. I'm Mitch Glickman, Director of Music Programs at LACMA. We can't wait to invite you back to the museum for our concerts, but for now we're being safe, so no audiences quite yet. But we can put together some of the finest musicians in the world to keep this concert series going. Jazz at LACMA concerts are made possible in part through a grant from the City of Los Angeles Department of Cultural Affairs. Promotional support comes from our friends on the radio, KJazz 88.1, where every Sunday night at 7 p.m. you can check out the Jazz at LACMA concerts on the radio. And we also want to thank our county supervisor, Sheila Kuehl, to underwrite these broadcasts. Now, tonight, we're pleased to present trumpet player, vocalist, composer, and arranger Brian Swartz. Brian's credits are vast, having recorded on Grammy Award projects for the Dixie Chicks, John Beasley's Monkestra, and the Clayton Hamilton Jazz Orchestra. As a leader, Brian's put out 5 solo recordings, and as an arranger, he's written for the Glickman Jazz Orchestra and the ABC TV show Duets. Put those virtual hands together for the Brian Swartz Quartet.
Thank you, Mitch. You're going to be listening to Mr. Steve Cotter over here on the guitar tonight, Mr. Chris Colangelo back there on the bass, and the great Kendall Kay over here on the drums. And that first tune that you heard was an original of mine called Old Friends. And now we're going to play another original of mine. And it's going to start off with Steve Cotter. We're going to play a tune of mine called I Could Fall in Love with Her. I could fall in love with her, I often do, quite undeterred. Silly sentimental me, I fall in love each time I see her eyes, her hair, her arms, her lips, a gesture of her hand, caresses from her fingertips, like sunbeams on the sand. I can't let myself be swayed, because my heart has been betrayed. Still, I shouldn't be afraid to let my soul be on display. If I could fall in love with her, just as I often do, then I could fall in love with you. I can't let myself be swayed, because my heart has been betrayed. Still, I shouldn't be afraid to let my soul be on display. If I could fall in love with her, just as I often do, then I could fall in love with you. I could fall in love with you. All right, we're going to change things up a little bit. Going to play a tune that I wrote 2004. I happened to spend a week in Texas doing some gigs and clinics, and stayed at the home of a very generous man, Dr. Vernon Horn. And his daughter, Molly, at the time played trumpet, and Dr. Vernon plays trumpet. And they were so gracious at the end of the trip, I decided I would write a little tune. I sketched this tune out and left it for them on their kitchen counter. It's called Molly and Vern. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. play another instrumental tune. This is one of my older tunes. I wrote about 30 years ago. It's called Jane's Domain. really appreciate Mitch Glickman having us here. Once again, you'll be listening to Mr. Steve Cotter over there on the guitar. Steve Cotter. Chris Colangelo over there on the bass. Chris Colangelo. And the great Kendall Kay on the drums. Kendall Kay on the drums. It's always a pleasure to perform here at LACMA, and hope we'll be back very soon, and hope everybody is staying very healthy and safe. Such a joy to be with you. You make me smile, make me feel like love is due. But when you don't smile, you make me feel so blue. Blue, so blue, like a night with a waning moon. But when you have your smile, it's such a joy to be with you. When in your life you are down and confused, you will find I'll be there, and I'm thinking of you. So when you feel you can't go on, look to me, darling, I will be the one. So if you wouldn't mind if I stay, then I will. 'Cause it gives me such joy to be with you. Yes, to be with you. Yes, to be with you. With you. Just to be with you. With you. such a joy to be with you. You make me smile, make me feel like love is new. But when you don't smile, you make me feel so blue. Blue, so blue, like a night with a waning moon. But when you have your smile, it's such a joy to be with you. When in your life you are down and confused, you will find I'll be there, and I'm thinking of you. So when you feel you can't go on, look to me, darling, I will be the one. And so if you wouldn't mind if I stay, then I will. 'Cause it gives me such joy to be with you. Yes, to be with you. Yes, to be with you. With you. To be with you. With you. Once again, that's Steve Cotter on the guitar. Steve Cotter on the guitar. Chris Colangelo on the bass. Chris Colangelo on the bass. Kendall K on the drums. Kendall K on the drums. I'm Brian Swartz, and this is my quartet. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you out there performing real soon.
Thanks for joining us for our 30th anniversary of Jazz at LACMA. I'm Mitch Glickman, here with our guest this week, trumpeter, vocalist, composer, arranger, Brian Swartz.
Hey, Mitch, how are you?
Thanks for coming back. It's great to have you.
Are you kidding? It's so great to be here. I'm so glad you're putting these on. This is just a great series.
So are we.
Yeah, I'm glad you can do this.
It's a start. Obviously, we're missing the audience, but it's a start.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So you are one of those rare musicians who actually had a very steady gig for many, many years.
Yeah, very lucky. Yeah.
It might be a record. I don't know how many years.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's a record, but we were just going into. We had 7 years straight, and we were going into our 8th year when everything fell apart.
Yeah.
So,
but weekly gigs for almost 8 years is pretty much unheard of.
It is. Yeah, like I said, we were very lucky. I think, it started really simply. You know, we're talking about this band playing at Perch in downtown LA, which is a beautiful restaurant, and with a patio, overlooking all of the skyscrapers in downtown LA. So, it started as a 3-month residency, and I think they forgot. I think they forgot we were there.
Yeah,
and we just never left.
Clearly, you were doing something right.
Yeah.
Did the band ever change members?
Yeah, a little bit here and there, but very little. Steve has been there. Steve Cotter has been there since the beginning. Kendall since the beginning. But generally the same band for the majority of that time. Yeah. And of course, I'm pretty relaxed about, like, when you have a regular gig, letting guys sub out, if they, because what am I going to do? Make you be there every week, every Tuesday? No. If you have another thing on Tuesday, let me know. And it was really great because it was an opportunity to give work to a lot of different players and get to check out young. I remember actually Amit Turkmenoglu was when he had just come to town. I was hiring him.
Nice.
So just getting to
spread it around.
Spread it around. So.
Yeah, but listen, for you as the leader, as a writer, it's a tremendous workshop.
Oh, for sure. I mean, especially, where this started too. This is all your fault. This is all your fault. Because, what I used to tell people for years, I used to say, they would say, "Hey, Brian, do you sing? We love your trumpet playing. Do you sing?" And I would say, "No, I'm a backup singer. When I sing, people back up." And so when you asked me to sing here at LACMA, you had a
we were doing a Chet Baker salute.
Yeah, and a Miles Davis.
Yep.
There was an artist that you had.
It was a connection with an exhibition that we had. This visual artist had actually worked with both of these gentlemen.
Mm-hmm. With Miles Davis and Chet Baker. So you said, "Hey, Brian, can you just sing My Funny Valentine and Let's Get Lost or something?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And then I'll just play. And I don't know if you remember, but I was really sick. And I remember, I think Brick Wall was there.
The jazz crew.
And he said, I don't know what it was, but Brian being a little bit sick made him sound even more like Chet. So it
worked.
It worked somehow, and I think Kendall was on that gig, and it was nice. And and inevitably, actually, if you're playing trumpet and singing, and you're on the West Coast, there's going to be that comparison, with Chet, and so. I leaned into it a little bit, and especially at the beginning, and then I started to figure out what I sounded like, in singing, when I was singing. So it was really a great workshop for me to be able to figure that out and figure out what, how that I could arrange these songs so that standards or my own original songs, so that it was interesting for the band to play every week. There were. And I came up with I think I ended up with about 20 different set lists.
Wow.
Of originals and standards that I would rotate through so that the band wasn't bored,
But again, you're building this great repertoire.
Yeah. So, a lot of that was, some of it was just arrangements that we'd worked out while we were playing, and some of it was things that I wrote, some reharmonizations that I wrote of some standards. Just the chance to play some of your favorite songs. Like one of the songs that I used to always say, "Oh, I wish I could play this song every week," is Tom Harrell's "Sail Away."
Oh, wow.
And so that was in the band's repertoire. That was one of the songs that we would do all the time because I love the tune. So we would do that. Lots of other, tons of standards that I love. And but like I said, I also ended up writing a bunch of original material for it, which is what we're playing here tonight.
Yeah.
So,
and the beauty is, a lot of this became recordings.
Yeah.
So I think "To Be With You," is that the latest?
Yeah, the latest album. This is my 5th album. It's out on all the digital platforms: Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, all of those.
Nice.
So you can find it. And it features this band that is playing here tonight. So, Steve Cotter on guitar, Chris Colangelo on bass, and Kendall Kay on the drums. And one of the great things that I've always believed it, but one of the great things that this project really proved was that this band was just really great friends, as well as they're fantastic musicians. And there's something else that happens when you have that kind of a friendship between the musicians. There's some other magic that takes hold.
Well, again, that's the beauty of having these long-term gigs. You don't have to talk about everything now. It's a look, it's a breath, it's a phrase.
Yeah, I was writing out the set list to do this set, and I went, they know this. Why am I writing this out? They know what to do. Just fantastic musicians.
Yeah.
And we got to, since when we were playing at Portraiture, it was a real, we're playing at a restaurant. you've got people that are listening and people that are not listening. You know, up at Perch, there's like a specific area where the band is playing where you can go and just sit and listen to the band on the patio. But, you know, otherwise the music is being, you know, sent throughout the restaurant. And so we sort of developed this this sensation of like being in a snow globe, where everything that happens on the bandstand, you know, was separate from everything else that was going on in the world, and you know, this happens a lot when you're in a band that has played together a lot, where you're so focused on listening to each other that any particular thing that any one of them plays can influence you in a particular direction. You know, so even if you're playing, you know, especially when you're playing something avant-garde, you know, that happens quite a bit. But even if you're playing more organized music, you can still have that happening. You know, it just happens all the time. So we just you know, shake up our snow globe and, you know, let the snow fall around us. So
what a beautiful analogy. So I'm noticing a very unique trumpet color and design that I have never quite seen before.
Yeah, this is great. I just got this trumpet recently from Cannonball, and yeah, they did a really great engraving of a hummingbird for me on here.
Do I dare ask why a hummingbird?
Yeah, sure. I actually believe that my father was reincarnated as a hummingbird. And so it's a recurring theme in my life. There have been lots of times where I was trying to work through a problem, and I'll sit outside and there's a hummingbird and the answer comes to me. So, and it's been enough times where it's not really a question anymore.
Yeah, he's always close to you. That's
so
beautiful.
Now he's with me on my horn.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So then we get to hear, is this the debut of the trumpet in public?
Yeah. Sure.
A world premiere.
World premiere of the hummingbird.
That's very cool.
So, yeah, great.
So looking forward, do you have some projects coming out of this hibernation?
I have so many ideas. But, yeah, I think everybody is in an artistic transition right now. So I'm letting myself be in this transition. And I've pretty much just been, as musicians say, shedding, which means wood shedding, going out and practicing the whole time, and sort of it's allowed me to rediscover the relationship with the instrument in a very intense way.
Yeah.
Because I'm not playing with anybody else. I'm playing with a metronome. I'm playing with. I actually like to practice with a Shruti box, droning, you know, a couple of pitches so that I, you know, can feel the pitch.
Something, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It also helps me to learn to play in tune. So like, which we all got to work on. But it's been a really fascinating year, and there's no rules about how it's supposed to go anymore. I think the rules just got thrown out of the window about where you have to be and what you have to do and what's expected of you.
That's the excitement out of all of this.
I think so.
What I call forced reflection.
Yeah.
For everybody.
Yeah.
And then for musicians in a very unique way, you know, with their instruments, with their repertoire. So yeah, it'll be very fascinating to see where we all come out.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a couple of ideas. I don't even want to give them away.
All right, good. Well, we look forward to them whenever and however they come out. And it's been great to have you part of our anniversary series.
I'm so pleased that you asked me to do it. I remember the first time that I did it, your predecessor hired me in 2001, I think. And we actually had to play indoors because it rained. So
occasionally it does happen.
Yeah, doesn't happen
once a decade
much here. But yeah, so the first time I played here, it rained. Yeah. So I have so many fond memories of playing here with Azar Lawrence and Charles Owens. I played with the Monkestra here. I played Clayton Cameron.
Yeah.
Just so many fantastic memories of being here and just coming here.
Yeah, you've seen it grow.
Music. Yeah.
And it continues to grow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
No, thank you.
Appreciate it. And thank you for tuning in to our virtual Jazz at LACMA concert series. I'm Mitch Glickman, Director of Music Programs here at the museum. I want to thank our County Supervisor, Sheila Kuehl, for her support of our broadcasts. Remember, to keep up to date with what's going on with this year's concert series, go to lacma.org/music, and you'll get the latest news on our concert series. Until we can have you back at the museum, we'll see you soon, and take care.